Hi friends, my name is Patrick and I'm an educator with Embracing Our Differences. And today is a very special day. Do you know what day it is? It's Embracing Our Differences Reading Day. Today, all over Sarasota, Manatee, and Pinellas counties, students just like you'll watch a special pre-recorded reading episode with some of our friends. Now, before we get started, it's important that we prepare ourselves to read some really amazing stories and have our imaginations open. So, can you help me? Let's put our listening ears on. Let's open up our imaginations. And let's get ready to read an amazing story. After the story, you'll enjoy an activity by a few of my other friends. Oh, and I forgot. There's still time to come and see us down at Sarasota's Bayfront Park or St. Petersburg's Pointer Park for our annual outdoor exhibition. The artwork in our parks feature 50 different art pieces from youth and adult artists all around the world, focused on how we can be more kind, more respectful, and more inclusive of everyone in our communities. We can't wait to see you down at the park, and we can't wait to hear what you thought about today's reading. You can send your emails to readingday@embracingourdifferences.org. We'll see you soon. Enjoy your story.
Hello, my name is Justin Gomlak, and I am the Director of Education and Community Engagement at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall. And this is my friend, Violet. She is wearing a pin from some friends of mine at Embracing Our Differences, which is why I'm here with you today, because I am going to do some reading with you. I hope you're ready, because this is an awesome, awesome book. But before we get there, are we feeling prepared to read a book? Let's see. Can we be sitting up nice and tall? Can we feel the weight on the floor? Maybe that's our bottoms on the floor. Maybe that's our feet on the floor. Let's feel our weight on the floor. I'm going to ask you to put your listening ears on. So let's do it. Let's take a pair of listening ears and put them on. Okay. Do we feel ready? Actually, one more thing. I'm going to ask you to breathe with me for a second. And we're going to breathe in a really special way. We're going to go in through our nose, and we're going to go out through our mouth. But our exhale is going to be longer than our inhale. Just go with me with it, okay? So first, blow out all your air. Now go in through your nose and out through your mouth, nice and slow. In through your nose and out through your mouth, nice and slow. Do you feel ready? Violet, do you feel ready? She says yes. I'm going to put Violet in her special listening position, which is going to be right here. And Violet is going to be sitting and listening to the book as well. So let's get to this book. This book is called Bunnybear. Bunnybear is by Andrea J. Loney, and it's illustrated by Carmen Saldana. Just by looking at that, can you have a guess at what Bunnybear might be about? Well, I don't know about you, but I see a bear sitting in a rabbit hole. I wonder what could be happening for that. Shall we find out? Let's do it. Okay, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let's listen to Bunnybear. Oh, look at this beautiful, beautiful picture on the front. There once was a bear who was more than a bear. Sure, he was shaggy and stompy like most bears, and he could be loud, very loud, if he wanted to. What kind of a sound does a bear make? Now, how quiet can you make your grr? 3, 2, 1. Grr. Great. Now he can be pretty loud. Shall we try it? Now let's not scream, but let's try to make our loud grr. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. But when he was alone, he loved to bounce through the forest, wiggle his nose, and nibble on strawberries. It made him feel free and light and happy. Can you wiggle your nose? Can you bounce right where you are? Can you show me what it might be to nibble on an imaginary strawberry? What do you think, Violet? Yeah? He called himself Bunnybear. The other bears didn't understand Bunnybear. They thought he was odd. "What are you doing?" they growled. "Stop hopping around and catch these fish. Stop twitching your nose and eat your meat. Stop sitting there and stand up like a bear." That's my very best bear voice. So Bunnybear left the den without even telling his mama. He bounced through the forest and into the meadow. Then, right there in a patch of tasty flowers, he saw it. A bunny. He tried to say hello, but the rabbit raced away. Bunnybear bounced after her. You should do your bouncing in your chair, in your seat, right where you are. Underground, Bunnybear saw the most beautiful sight. An entire warren of bunnies. They were tiny and fluffy and bouncy, like Bunnybear's heart. Now, do you know a warren is a special word? Can you say that with me? Warren. Warren. It means it's like a place where the bunnies live. That's a special word, Violet. Warren. What I love about this is that it says they were tiny and fluffy and bouncy like Bunnybear's heart. Look, he's looking into the hole, into the bunny hole. "What are you doing in here?" whispered one of the bunnies. Bunny whispers were one of Bunnybear's favorite sounds. "Me? I'm just one of the bunnies," Bunnybear replied, a little too loudly. The bunnies giggled. Can you giggle for me? Bunny giggles were also one of Bunnybear's favorite sounds, but not when the giggles were about him. They made Bunnybear feel cramped and fidgety. The elder bunny looked down his long nose at Bunnybear. "You don't look like a bunny. You don't sound like a bunny. And you certainly don't smell like a bunny." "But," Bunnybear gasped, "I feel bouncy and fluffy and tiny, see?" He wriggled his tail and bounced, but his bounces were a little too big. "I think you should go," the elder bunny said. All alone and covered with dirt, Bunnybear curled up against a tree and sighed. Can we all sigh? He didn't feel like a bear. He didn't look like a bunny. What was Bunnybear to do? Then he felt a poke on his paw, and when he looked down, he saw a bunny. Only this bunny was more than a bunny. What do you think that's about, Violet? "I'm Grizzly Bun!" she roared. "Ooh, you're awfully loud for a bunny," said Bunnybear. "I'm no bunny," said Grizzly Bun. "I'm a bear." Nose to nose with Grizzly Bun, Bunnybear asked, "Are you sure you're a bear?" Of course I am, said Grizzly Bun. I'm burly and loud and I eat whatever I want. That certainly sounds like a bear to me, said Bunnybear. Really? Whispered Grizzly Bun. I mean, really? Yes, said Bunnybear. You just look one way on the outside and feel another way on the inside. And that's okay. That is okay. I'm sure glad you're here, said Grizzly Bun. Really? But I scared everyone away. Not me, said Grizzly Bun. When I see you, I feel more like me. Oh. Grizzly Bun's words made Bunnybear's heart bounce with joy. He gave her the biggest, bunniest bear hug ever. So Bunnybear and Grizzly Bun found the perfect place to be themselves. They played and giggled and roared with laughter. And they weren't just bunnies or bears. They were friends. And they were happy. Until always something happens after until. Roar! Let's all do that. Roar! So good. Where have you been? Growled Mama Bear. There's the roar. Where have you been? Growled Mama Bear. I found a new friend, Mama, and she likes me just the way I am. His mother gave him the biggest, coziest Mama Bear hug ever. I'm so happy for you, my sweet Bunny Bear, she said in a berry whisper. Which is probably pretty loud, huh? A berry whisper. Well done, my ferocious Grizzly Bun, the elder bunny said. Let's go home. The next day, the bunnies threw a party and all the animals in the forest were invited. Finally, Bunnybear felt like he belonged. And he wasn't the only one. And we've got some friends here. One says, meow, I'm Kitty Jay. What's that? What do you think that creature is a combination of? A kitty jay. Let's see, can you guess? And then we have moo. Whoa, you like this one. Wait a second, take a look. This is a bumblebee and it's mooing. Look, there's a bumblebee and it's mooing. And then this little fox is saying, look, I can flutter too. I think he's saying that to a butterfly. Look, I can flutter too. And then the moose is saying, guys, sometimes I feel really squirrely. So maybe not everyone is able to be just one thing in this book. Sometimes we have people who are a little bit of one thing and a little bit of another thing. And you know what? That's okay. And Violet thinks so, too. My friends, thank you for reading this book with me. I hope you enjoyed Bunnybear, and I hope to see you all at the Purple Cow sometime very, very soon. I'm Justin. Thanks so much.
Hi, new friends! My name is Ivy Sunflower, and today we're going to be exploring a story about what it means to be our true, brave selves. Now, in the story Bunnybear, we meet a character that feels like a bunny on the inside, but looks like a bear on the outside. So the activity we're going to be playing together is called the Walk in You. So where you'll have the ability to walk like a bear, walk like a bunny, and then walk like your true brave selves. Sound like fun? Yay! Beautiful, my friends. Now, this activity requires no materials at all, but I do want all of my new friends to get on their feet and give yourselves some room because we're going to be moving around. Great job, everyone. Beautiful. Now, first, we're going to walk around like a bear. Now, our steps are probably a little big and heavy and loud, and think about what sounds a bear makes. So let's take a moment to walk around the room and become the bear. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Now, what sounds does a bear make? Do they growl? Do they howl? What sounds do a bear make? Great job, everyone. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Great job, everyone. Now, next, we are going to walk, or should I say hop, like a bunny. Now, that's probably a little bit more lighter, right? A little bouncier, yeah? So let's take a moment to go around the room and become the bunny. Yeah, bounce like a bunny. Great, and have fun with this, friends. Have fun with being the bunny. Great job, everyone. Great job. Now, does a bunny make a sound? Do they sound like boop, boop? Let's all embrace that bunny. Beautiful. Great job, everyone. Now, I hope you aren't tired just yet, because now here is the really, really big fun part. Now, I want you guys to walk around the room as your true selves. Now, if your heart was able to choose how you moved through this world, what would it look like? Great job, everyone. So I want you guys to walk around the room as your true selves. All right. Beautiful. Great job, everyone. You are looking amazing. Yes. Great job, everyone. Now, just for some fun, I want you to show me your best true dance move. What does your dance move look like to you? Now, as if no one was watching or as if the world was watching, what is that dance move that you want the world to see? Let's do it. Great job. Let's give everyone a round of applause. You guys should be all so proud of yourselves for doing this activity with me. Great, great, great job. It was so beautiful to see you guys being those bears, being those bunnies, and of course, being your true brave selves. Now, friends, before we finish up for today, I want us to have a little bit of a reflection moment. Now, what a reflection is, you have the opportunity to think about everything that you did and think about how that pertains to our story, right? So when we were that bear, let's think about the bear in the story. Now, how do you think it felt for that bear to walk through the world being what everyone expected them to be? Yeah. And how does that make us feel? I get it. Yeah. Now, thinking about the bunny, what changes when we have the opportunity to be our true selves? How does that make us feel? Yeah. Thank you so much for your answers. Now, for my last question for you guys, I want you to really take a moment to think about this. Now, when do you feel most like your true self? Great job, everyone. Yeah. So I want you all to go through the world and truly embrace who each and every one of you is, because you are all so beautifully brave, unique, and true to you. Thank you all so, so much for playing with me. Thank you all so much for participating in this activity with me. And thank you all so much for reading Bunnybear, because it truly is a beautiful story. And we all want to truly feel like the bunny within us. Now, I hope you guys all have a great day. Thank you so much for exploring with me. You deserve to see the world through your real, true, brave individual selves. Bye!
Well, friends, how was today's story? What was your favorite part? Okay. I'm sure there's more that you want to share with us, and we would love to read your thoughts and comments. And teachers, please send us some pictures. You can communicate with us once again at readingday@embracingourdifferences.org. Thank you so much for participating in today's Embracing Our Differences Reading Day. Until next time, I'm Patrick. Thank you for being kind, thank you for being respectful, and thank you for being inclusive of everyone in your community. Because when we embrace our differences, we make a world that's better for everyone. Take care.